Mikel Arteta has said this should be Arsenal's season. Last season, it was the semi-final for the Gunners. But this season, Arsenal started their Champions League campaign with a tie against Spanish side Atlético Bilbao. It is the race to succeed or replace. Or will it be Paris Saint-Germain who will defend the title they won last season? The 2025-2026 UEFA Champions League season is upon us. The league phase is here. For the second consecutive season, UEFA have adopted the league phase for now the newly adopted group stages of the UEFA Champions League. Now, every team will play 8 games, 4 at home and 4 away. You will not meet the same team twice in the group stage of the Champions League or in the league phase of the Champions League as against what it used to be a few years ago, where if you play a team, you are drawn with 4 teams in a group, you have to play the same teams home and away basis. On Kanye Sam and the Bishop joined me. The UEFA Champions League is back. But first, if your club has won the Champions League before, say present. Present, sir. That has it. It means that every other person in this studio has not won the Champions League.
Funnily,
okay.
If I'm going by my antecedent, I think I've won more Champions League than you. I've won more.
You don't know the club I support.
My days of supporting Juve, my days of supporting.
You don't know the club I support.
My days of partially supporting Barca,
Barcelona, Real Madrid, Chelsea. See, look at this is what Juventus. I'm wearing a Juventus because we are Champions League winners.
Yeah.
The club I used to like, Chelsea, Champions League winners.
Yeah.
My first ever club, Real Madrid, Serie A Champions League winners. Now, so what can you say about your Arsenal?
Come on, let me sincere. Arsenal is a fantastic club that has got a fantastic history.
In what?
In
not
football,
in Champions League.
In what?
We've been to 2 finals, right?
One final.
One semi-finals. One finals.
See, Champions League are earned, not given. You
No,
need to earn your place in the
so-
Champions League. It's
no,
not
so-
giving.
No, so
It's
let me come
not
to
for
your
the
rescue.
boys. It's
Let
not
me
for
come to
the
your rescue.
babies.
Please
Let me
help
come to
me,
your
help
rescue,
me,
right?
help me.
One thing is certain, you win Champions League this season.
Thank you very
You
much.
can take it to
no,
the
so-
bank.
What-
One thing is certain, no, so he's winning Champions League.
Okay,
this season.
I want-
That I can guarantee
I want
here.
to counter that statement and say that Arsenal will not win the Champions League this season, and I put everything on it now. So you cannot win the Champions League.
It's okay.
Take it to the bank.
There's no bank anywhere close by.
Anywhere.
I'm telling you now.
May is not far from. May is not far from now.
We're
Let's
going
wait
to have
till
to be
May.
crowned champions of Europe, and the world will see. Arsenal be in front of the world. Top of the
So
world.
why are you
front of the
saying
crowd.
this without confidence?
There's so much confidence about.
You are saying it without confidence.
No, so let me
But guys-
let me use your mouth to eat onions, right? I can say it without a doubt. I can count the number of teams that are better than Arsenal right now. They're not even the
They're
middle
not
of this
up to
one. I doubt if they're even any.
They're not up to
Probably
two.
Bayern. Probably Bayern.
It's the
I don't
early
even
days,
know.
but guys, the Champions
This is-
League.
but
makes
what
a
I've
return.
seen last season, if with that team, Ateta was able to take them to where they were.
Semi-finals, then
With
this
this team, come on.
Come on, we've seen teams that are not even up to the level of Arsenal getting seven
Well,
Champions League.
Arsenal route is different. Like
Villarreal
we
got
say,
to
different for
Champions League
different.
semi-final.
See, different stuff for different folks. So Arsenal, they need to get it that right.
Get it
for them
right
to
now,
get.
yeah.
So they've gotten it to the point where they're supposed to.
Come on,
and
this
so
team
they're
is
going
not
all the way.
special.
Come on,
team is
man.
extra.
Come on, don't do
This
that
team
to
is
me.
extra.
This team will not
This
beat
team is
Barcelona.
extra.
They'll
It
beat
will beat Barcelona
with
any day,
easy.
anytime.
And
Any
a
day,
mad
anytime.
wicket. They'll beat
They'll beat
Barcelona.
Madrid. They'll beat Barcelona. They'll beat Chelsea.
They'll beat Chelsea.
everybody.
Well, we have to see until Paris Saint-Germain come again and wipe Arsenal and push them out of
Paris
the Champions
Saint-Germain,
League.
it's not going to happen
Well,
again.
well,
Guys are not that good anymore.
The games we play Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursdays. Our first round of the Champions League. It starts with the first game of the Champions League simultaneously. Atletico Bilbao take on Arsenal.
Yeah.
That in at the Stadium San Mamés.
Some Mamés, yeah.
In Bilbao, Spain, and then at the same time Paris Saint-Germain. PSV, I beg your pardon, will take on Union Saint-Gilloise of Belgium. But Arsenal, guys, let's start with the Gunners. Perfect start for Arsenal.
Okay.
There's absolutely no reason why Arsenal should not come out with maximum
Probably 6
points.
goals. Yeah.
Come on.
Probably
Okay,
6-7 goals.
Bilbao were beaten on the weekend. Their first defeat of the season. 1-0 in the Spanish La Liga.
Then Arsenal has been a
They
nemesis.
have 9 points from a possible 4, so they're not doing badly either.
From a possible 12.
For 12, but they're not doing badly either. So, but I think
Just
the
a point
quality-
behind Barcelona.
Yeah, but if you look at the quality of Arsenal and the way Arsenal plays,
What's in this Arsenal?
the quality,
What's in this Arsenal?
the quality,
Gives the vibe of.
the vibes of the Arsenal that won't go to the
Which
final
Arsenal that won't-
under
which
Thierry
fi-
Henry, Sex Fabregas,
And what happened?
God of football
Belletti
smile on you
happened.
guys. Simple.
when Aluminium happened. But all things are passed away, and all things
That final
Now-
was what year?
have become new.
2006.
Yeah,
Well,
but this team is far better than
20 years ago.
it's been 20 years. When the final will be played next year.
Yeah.
It will be 20 years Arsenal played in the final.
20 years that you last played.
Justified to some extent.
Let me remind you that at the start of the Premier League season last year, it was 20 years since you last won the Premier League title.
Justified, no matter how you want to look at it.
Let me win the title.
So let me come to your rescue. Let me come to your rescue. Last 3 years, you came close. Perfect. You're so close. You're just unlucky. Injury played. I'm coming. Injury played a very important role. Very important role. Take away injury, Arsenal would have won one of those 3 trophies. Yes. So that one done and dusted. And Champions 20 years ago. But here's the main deal, right? You know what it means to move away from your palo to that edifice called Emirate and still retain your competitive status.
Absolutely.
That is what happened to them. Friends, they need to cut down everything.
Are you listening clearly?
They need to cut down expenditure. They needed to remain competitive
and still
try to
compete.
So that's what happened. Now, it took them they're one of the, as far as stadium is concerned, they're one of the finest editions. I think the only one that comes close is Allianz Arena. If I'm not mistaken. That is what it means. They sacrifice so much. And guess what? Because of wanting to do that, they let go everything. Started with Riviera of this world. They let them go.
All the top players, then the recruitment process. The
recruitment process. I'm coming. The recruitment process changed completely. At the end of the day, they rely so much on average players and players that made it through their youth ranks. Yeah. Now, few teams will go through this patchy part that Arsenal went through and still remain the Arsenal that we're talking about. The peak of it was Arsenal not making the Champions League at some point because the change of the guard demanded the dugout. So, to some extent, you can say it's just now that it's almost the 20 years talking about moving to Emirates. I think they're almost done with I think the name Emirates might soon be changed too because, the partnership is over. It's for 20 years. Yeah. They've actually sorted out their this and they are still financial. Check out their recruitment this season.
I don't have a problem.
That says it all.
No.
That says it all.
Let's be honest. Wait, let's come
now, we didn't appear down. Listen to me.
Now, this is not.
I'm coming.
Nothing to do with Arsenal on the field of play.
See, it has everything to do with Arsenal on the field of play.
Arsenal on the field of play.
It has everything to
football terms.
It has everything.
Management is management.
No.
Arsenal football.
Chelsea is simple. Chelsea becomes Chelsea you're talking about today. When somebody brought in the money
to
Chelsea was there. They have the management and everything, but they were not doing it. Somebody brought in the money. It was the money that brought the success. Same thing. You're talking about Barca today because of the money. You're talking about private. So Arsenal, when it was time, Arsenal have to stop. No, they stopped spending completely. They needed to remain afloat. They needed to build a new stadium, moved into a new stadium, and still remain competitive. And they were competitive all through. They were making it. At some point, they were laughing at them that Champions League is their trophy. But if you've actually spent your Arsenal did. And you want to make competition.
Strong relegation with Manchester United.
Your austerity will become what you embrace. So for the past 16, 17 years, austerity was what Arsenal was doing.
Should I remind you that Tottenham Hotspur moved from the White Hart Lane to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium?
Yes.
And I've won the Europa League in less than 5 years.
It works for them fine and good, but it's
they've never been. I don't care.
They've never been as competitive.
Are you happy with what you're watching?
Listen to me.
Don't you feel pain watching Tottenham Hotspur?
Listen to me now. No, so how many times? Now, because of the whole of this issue, how many times did they actually will you rate them ahead of
top
Arsenal?
Guys,
No, I am not rating.
Simple.
No, guys, don't get me wrong.
So trophy, the same Arsenal you're talking about within that period of time, they've gone to a couple of finals.
Yeah. They've been to finals of the Europa League. Finals of the Champions League. We've been to semi-finals.
Just one European final.
Yeah, I'm saying that. So many semi-finals of the Champions League.
Me and you agreed on something last year here. We say with the new format of Champions League, we saw if it's going to be in Europa League. The chances of you need Europa League from the Premier League is high.
Very high.
That's why we said with Crystal Palace going to the Conference League, this trophy is there. That's the only trophy that West Ham wins. So you look at all this and don't just look at because look at it. Man U were poor.
Very poor.
They were in the Champions League final.
I mean the Europa League final.
The Europa League final. Tottenham were poor. They were 17. Just one spot above relegation. They were in the final and they won the final. I know that they won in the fantastic one. One of the most lackluster final I've actually. So don't bring it up.
Well, this is it for me. Now it is Arsenal in the Champions League. All of the excuses of transitioning from the Highbury to
that's why we're saying they are winning this year.
To the Emirates Stadium.
This is the year.
Is a conversation.
Yeah. This is the year.
Until they're winning. But guys, let me run you through the fixtures of the Champions League for this week. In the UEFA Champions League, the fixtures of Matchday 1, the league phase. Atlético Club Bilbao will take on Arsenal. PSV will take on Union Saint-Gilloise. Benfica will take on Karabakh. Of course, that's Tuesday. Juventus will take on Borussia Dortmund. Real Madrid will take on Marseille. Spurs will take on Villarreal. Olympiacos will take on Pafos. Slava Praha will take on Bodo Glimt. In the Champions League, we've also got Ajax versus Internazionale. Bayern Munich versus Chelsea. This game is on Wednesday.
Big game, yeah.
Liverpool take on Atlético Madrid. Also on Wednesday. Paris Saint-Germain take on Atalanta. Big games on Wednesday. Club Brugge take on Monaco. On Thursday, Copenhagen take on Bayer Leverkusen. Frankfurt take on Galatasaray. Manchester City play Napoli. Newcastle United host Barcelona. And of course, Sporting CP, that's talking about Sporting Lisbon, play host to Kairat Almaty.
Yeah.
The games are in the Champions League. Of course, like we rightly mentioned, Arsenal, Atlético Bilbao, big game. But the other big game, the biggest game of the Champions League, this match they won, has to be at the Allianz Stadium, Bayern Munich, taking on Chelsea.
Repeat of the final.
A repeat of the final in 2012.
Yes.
Where we all know what happened. It was Chelsea who won their first ever Champions League, if I'm not mistaken, with Didier Drogba, happened in that game. If my memories recall, I don't think any player from both sides still remain till today.
No.
Neuer remains. For Chelsea, not a single player from that squad because there was no place for Reece James in that squad. He was not there. So not a single player from the 2012 squad remained for the Blues. So two different sides. But the Neuer experience, what do we expect from that game?
Fireworks. For Chelsea, they come into this game like the other one in 2012 as the underdogs. Bayern Munich come on, Harry Kane. At least, I think we should have a mantra here. Kane is able. That guy is able. He knows how to score goals. And he scores with reckless abandon. For Chelsea, the fact that they can be pragmatic, and that's why you hate playing Chelsea. They don't want to make the game so slow, kill the tempo. They don't want to. They've got this Champions League facade, the same way Madrid has got. These are teams who are built for the Champions League. So Bayern Munich themselves, this is a game that Mr. Cody must prove to his doubters and all the naysayers that he's the real deal. We all knew he was going to win the league.
Well, why are you magnanimous to Chelsea? I'm going to be on the opposite side. Now, the Madrid side, the Bayern side has become sharper and better.
Other company, yes?
Yes, sharper.
But this is a proper test.
Then the Chelsea side has become more and more blunt. They're not sharp at all. So two different
opposite sides at all. As much as you want to give Bayern the edge.
I just hope I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
I just hope we're not going to see João Pedro in his element again.
Because against PSG.
Yeah, I just hope we're not going to see
the guy is a player they have on his day.
But two different sides. One is blonde, one is sharp.
Absolutely.
One is better. Take it or leave it. Diaz, adding Diaz in that team is something else. Chelsea, none of Chelsea buy is in the class of Diaz.
But can we be realistic?
No, Chelsea buy is in the class of Diaz.
We agree.
Yeah, not even a Stavao that you're talking about.
No.
The boy is a youngster.
So now you have a hurricane, a traditional goal
scorer. And the good thing about
you have an Olise that is there too, that is not doing bad.
A price tag of over £100 million we hear by America placed on the poor boy, and I quite understand
two
why. Two
different sides here. One side is sharper and better. The other side is blunt and blunt. Like they can't cut completely.
But no way for Chelsea in that game.
Like you said, one thing they have is that aura.
That Champions League aura.
They are built for the bigs. I don't know how this guy got that. I don't know how was his name. Enzo got it. You understand? They're built for such
certain
games.
Stage.
They have a way of finding their way
around
when it matters.
Yes.
But let's see if it's going to happen this time around. I'm not going to stake my money on Chelsea. Fact.
No, I won't.
I'm not going to stake my money on Chelsea.
But for history's sake, and for culture,
I'm not going to be shocked. If Chelsea wins it. I'm not taking my money.
Because
what happened to PSG? Against PSG.
Even today, when I go to bed to sleep, I play that game in my head. I try to give myself a reason why Chelsea win that game. I can't find one. But they are champions. So give it to them.
So you expect Chelsea to trouble Bayern?
Why not? Why not? The trouble will be there. But like I said, Bayern Munich favourite, of course, on paper. But Chelsea, spoilers. These guys are spoilers. They know how to spoil the party. Imagine a clean sweep for Paris Saint-Germain last year. It would have been everything they played, they won. But what happened? Chelsea happened. Joao Pedro happened.
Your money?
Kopama happened.
Your money is on?
I have no money to put on anybody.
Okay,
if I put my money on, I put on Bayern Munich.
I'm bold enough to put my money on Bayern.
I'm bold enough.
A possible scoreline?
Possible scoreline. It's going to be a very close.
Just make it drabby.
It's going to be a very close.
Very drabby game, yes.
Possibly 2-0, 2-1, or 3-2.
2-1, go with 2-1.
Well, let's look at Liverpool versus Liverpool play Atlético Madrid.
Club, yeah.
Now, this is it. Both sides are not firing.
Both sides are winning.
Both sides are not firing, but Liverpool are winning.
Yes.
But we do know that Atlético Madrid can make the game excruciating.
They are playing at the cup.
The same cup that Paris Saint-Germain came and got results.
That was Paris Saint-Germain. This is Atlético Madrid, a struggling side who was stutter, flags to receive under a certain Simeone, who in the word of Kane Sam has tapped out. He's living on borrowed time. I don't expect Liverpool to win the game. It would surprise me if
Liverpool to win that game.
Yes, even a draw would be a surprise to me.
Yeah.
Even as far as I know, Liverpool are not convincing. They're not scoring goals. Maybe this could be just the the oil that would fabricate that.
Icing on the cake.
That yeah. No, not really.
No, expect to come into the squad at some point because
he will come into the squad, but I don't think he will start.
He will be in the game.
I don't think he will start. The coach said his fitness level is still not there yet, and I quite agree with him. He didn't have a preseason due to his fight with Newcastle. But I forget it was.
It's a win for him though. He ended up got.
But Liverpool have no reason
not to win that game,
It's visible to the player. Liverpool are favorite, and they should be beaten Atlético Madrid.
Well, Liverpool were the team for the group stage last season. I think Liverpool went.
No, they finished not.
They finished. Arsenal.
They started.
Arsenal
started well. No,
Aston Villa.
Not Liverpool.
Aston Villa started well, and Arsenal.
But at the end of the day, I think it was
faced out.
I think it was Inter, Barca, Arsenal.
Yeah, that was how it started.
Yeah, that's how it ended.
Barcelona kept momentum. Arsenal kept momentum.
PSG, Atlanta. Any surprises?
Nah.
Well, 5 on reply. I mean, 5 on. No, 5 on reply. 4 on reply goals, right?
Yesterday, for Atlanta.
It's a statement now. It's a statement.
Any surprise?
I think they have to join Lookman, but I don't know how soon. It's very crucial in their chances.
Yeah, probably. I think that would be the surprise.
Yes,
Lookman coming back.
Come back.
Maybe that would be the surprise.
They have to be, and they have to. Watching that game, they need that maverick. You know, this player who we call them the ball carriers, who can just pick up the ball and make something happen. The way you pick up the mic and make things happen around this area. That's what we need around.
Well, guys, massive games to look out for in the Champions League from almost every point of view of the Champions League. Expanded, more teams, more games,
more money.
Yeah, more money. Even though this week one does not give us,
Man City
a lot of
as
games.
well in action.
Oh, come on, City are playing against Napoli.
Napoli now.
That's a big game to watch out
for.
That's a big game.
That's a game.
Conte, De Bruyne returns home.
To the
stadium. He returns home.
And
while Haaland returned to Manchester, Scott returned to Manchester not the blue side of Manchester.
They go back to a team they love to play.
But I think City should watch it.
Just watch it.
But City has got a goalkeeper. That's where they stand up now.
Yeah,
they've got a fantastic.
But Napoli has got one thing that works for them. Conte. They don't have an individual play.
For this game is as big as the Chelsea game.
Individually, they're not like we can't call their name and be like, wow,
Lorenzo.
But the team, the core, the tradition, they wanted to play for Conte is what drives them. Like I said, they are not flamboyant.
Not at all.
They are no Ferrari. They are no Mercedes.
Not at all.
But I tell you, they could be maybe a Dangote trailer. They come, they trample upon you, they get the job done, and who cares? The part of the job is done. It's business. It is not oriented football. And this is what it is. Well, but for me, the game I'm looking at for is that Madrid game against Olympique Marseille. Marseille has been a potential banana peel. Spoilers for Madrid in history of this Champions League. I know it will not repeat the same way, but they say lightning strike twice. There's a all over again. Who knows?
First time in Europe.
Yeah.
First time in Europe, mind you. He's a greenhorn. He's a greenhorn. First time in Europe.
I don't think it's going to be a bash, but I think Madrid is going to win.
So guys, let me ask you. Now we've seen the group stage phases of Champions League and all of it. Unkani Sam, you think Arsenal will win the Champions League?
I think Arsenal should win the Champions League.
Why?
Because that's what it takes to win the Champions League. Depth.
Please, can you up the mic a bit louder?
Depth.
Can you up the mic a bit louder?
Putting Arsenal as favourite for the Champions League.
Oh yes,
according to Opta, Arsenal are favourite for the Champions League.
Absolutely. My eyes closed.
According to Opta,
so I'm not the only
they are
person.
favourite for the Champions League.
My eyes closed.
Arsenal, then I think Liverpool.
I think if you love football, if you follow football and you know football,
you should give it to Arsenal for now.
Always Arsenal should be part of your favourite. Even if you don't want Arsenal to
win, if you
want to be realistic, Arsenal should be one of the teams.
That is the team to look out for.
So you also go for Arsenal as favourite for the Champions League?
With my eyes closed. Like this. Come in. I closed my eyes, see the trophy at the Emirates Stadium in front of the fans, close to the gallery.
Well, big season for Arsenal in the UEFA Champions League, and the one question is: are the Gunners favourite for the Champions League? Well, according to Opta, Opta has given Arsenal Opta has rated Arsenal as the favourite to go on to win the Champions League for the 2025-2026 season. It is the first time in a very long while that Opta has predicted the Gunners to win the Champions League. Just like Opta got it right with the Club World Cup, where they said that Chelsea were favourite to get to the final of the Champions League. Though we're not favourite to win it, they were only favourite to get to the final of the Club World Cup. In that route.
No. He said they're favourite to win it.
Opta said they're favourite to win it.
Yeah, favourite to win it.
From the start, they said it clearly.
If
he said
going by Opta, with Chelsea winning the Club World Cup,
Arsenal winning Champions League,
win the UEFA Champions League for the 2025-2026 season. I won't shake it because I am struggling to convince myself why Arsenal will win the Champions League. Even though every Arsenal fan I've met in the last 24 hours, I've only said they don't want to win the Premier League. Their focus is on the Champions League. I do hope you win it, so I'll be happy if you win it because you deserve
8 games, 9 games.
Don't rub it.
Don't spoil. You deserve a bit of happiness.
Wow.
To be honest,
I know
how you feel.
I gonna rub
you know, for me,
I knew we're gonna rub
for me, you know, the Champions League has become a cliche for me because it's season in, season out.
You
so I don't
hate
feel
when
it.
the Club World Cup.
Yeah.
The inaugural season.
No, that's when I was Madrid, you know.
I'm talking about the proper Club World Cup.
No, I won't shake you.
Fans out there.
No, I won't I cannot give you a full handshake because I don't believe. But guys, the big question is: can Arsenal win the UEFA Champions League? Let's hear from you in the comment section on Canny Sam thinks it's Arsenal season. Nonso also think it's their season. And Opta also think it is Arsenal
the God of soccer
to win
thinks it's
the Champions League. Mikel Arteta is only 43.
Yeah.
Can he win the Champions League? Big question for Arsenal and the
UEFA
did he do when he was
Champions
40, I
think.
League.
Yeah.
Wait to see how the season pans out. But the first start with our away trip to the Mamés Stadium in Bilbao, where they take on Atlético Bilbao on Matchday 1 of the UEFA Champions League. Now then the Dragon go start. Be there. Football Temple brought
Anything
to
is
you
possible
by Azar Studios.